welcome to this week's episode of the EFX Loop. I am your host, Jay Byrne. This week, I am doing kind of an inventory of sorts. I figured I'd do my 2025 collection video. A lot of people have been watching my older videos, which is great. Watch any of my content you want to watch. I'm totally cool with that. But I do want them to be aware of the fact that a lot of those guitars and pedals and stuff that I don't actually own anymore. So I wanted to make a video where I showcased or just kind of went through the stuff that I do have still, so you can see what my collection is and what guitars I actually have. Sort of a housekeeping video in that sense. Also wanted to let people know that if you are interested in my podcast, the Into the Loop podcast, it will be coming back. I've been taking a little bit of a break from it because I don't really have that much to say about right now as far as guitar related stuff is concerned, but when I've got something to talk about, I'm gonna get back into it. Possibly next week, maybe the week after, and get it back on a regular track after that. But right now, I'm just trying to get some videos out. I don't want the podcast to take over for the videos. I don't want to waste ideas on the podcast. I'd rather make videos about those ideas instead. So, yes, the podcast will be coming back and I will be doing more episodes of the podcast. It's not completely done, but you know, they'll be spread out here and there. But I am going to try to get some episodes of that out. But let's get going on this, huh? So, the first one. This is the oldest guitar that I have in my stable, you could say. This is my Epiphone ES335 Pro 335. And I love this guitar. I play this guitar all the time. I've had this guitar for quite a few years now, and yeah, I really haven't had any issues with it. I had a problem with the jack a long time ago. I replaced it with a Switchcraft, and that's it. I mean, this switch gets a little bit weird sometimes, and it might eventually need to be replaced. But generally speaking, I've had this for quite a few years, and it plays great. So yeah. I do still have this guitar. This is one of my favorite guitars, and this guitar is going nowhere. Okay, let's try another one. My Epiphone SG. This is inspired by Gibson SG. This guitar is going nowhere. This is actually become like my favorite guitar that I play all the time. If you watch a lot of my live footage that I put up, I'm always playing this guitar. This guitar is awesome. It plays really well. From the real SGs and everything that I've felt, this guitar feels just as good as any of those guitars that I've ever played in any guitar store or anyone I knew had. So yeah. Did I have any issues with this guitar over time? I had some problems with the where the plate goes in there, where the stop tail bar goes in. It was kind of pulling out a little bit. So I put these new, I don't know what we even call them, but where the things screw in. I put the new ferrules or whatever you want to call them in there. Banged them in really tight. Those things are in super tight and they don't move. So it's solid now. There ain't nothing wrong with this guitar. But yes, this one's still in my possession, and I play it all the time. Haha, the Telecaster. I use this guitar all the time. This is like one of my favorite guitars. Almost dropped it. I actually have on order a whole new, all the electronics are being replaced, and I have some new pickups for this, and I'm going to be making a video on that. I'm waiting for that stuff to show up. Today, some of it's showing up actually. But I love this Squier custom Telecaster. I just did a whole video on this, so if you want to know more about this, you can watch that video. But I love this guitar. It's not going anywhere. Yes, Telecaster. Another Squier classic vibe right here, a 60s classic vibe Strat. Because I just wanted another Strat. I did end up having to replace the tuners on it because there was issues with the tuners that this one had. Plus it had some issues where the neck wasn't really aligned properly, so I had to shim the neck. But once I got everything squared away and worked out, this thing plays really good and it sounds great. I may want to replace the pickups in this and the you know, the hardware and that stuff. Not this. I don't need to change the bridge or anything like that, but maybe the electronics and the pickups at some point in time. But as of right now, it plays good enough. I plug it in, it does what I need a Strat to do, and it sounds nice. And this is a 60s classic vibe Strat, and these are great guitars for the money. You might need to do a little bit of work on them, but once you get them playing really well, they sound amazing, they look great, they sound amazing. they fit the bill. Let's just put it that way. So. So I have a bass. I don't actually talk about this. This is a very old Squier bass. I got like 2000. I'm not even sure what the year is on this. What is the year? 2000, I think. Yeah. The year. This is actually a 2000 Squier P bass, an Affinity actually, and yeah, I've never had any problems with this guitar. I literally have done nothing to it. I barely take care of it. I change the strings every once in a great while because to me this is like a utility. This is like a tool that I use to record with when I need bass lines and whatnot. It plays really well. I did do some fret work and adjusted the action and whatnot not that long ago. Set it up really well, and now it plays nice. But yeah, this is my my bass guitar that I use to record my music, and if you've heard my songs, the bass on any song that I play is played on this guitar. I've had this since like 2000, and this is the only bass that I own. I've gone through a couple of bass amps. I don't actually own any bass amps currently, so yes, I don't have that, but. So yeah, you can go all Beastie Boys on that if you want to. Bass guitar, Squier. I got one of those. Yeah. This guitar is a little harder to get out because it's winter. I've been keeping this in the case, trying to keep it humidified. You know what I mean? But this is my acoustic, which if you watch my videos on the acoustic journey, you know how much trouble I went through to get an actual decent acoustic guitar. So I'm trying my hardest to take care of this thing. This is an Epiphone inspired by Gibson Hummingbird, and this is a really nice acoustic. It plays well, it sounds good. Like, I don't really know what to say about it other than that. It just, it does what it needs to do, and it sounds pretty nice as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, Epiphone inspired by Gibson Hummingbird. These are getting a little harder to come by now. They're harder to find, this particular model, and you got to be a little bit careful with the ones you get because some of them are made cheaper than other ones. But this is an all solid wood body, mahogany neck, back and sides, I think. Right? It's all mahogany. Yeah, it's a good acoustic. It does what an acoustic does, and it does it well. So there it is. So as far as amps and pedals are concerned, I have gone through a lot with different amps, and I bought and sold, had many different amps. As of right now, I have one amp, and I'm very happy with it actually. My amp is the Orange Super Crush 100 head and a 212 cabinet. I also have off to the side, I have a Stage Right 112 cabinet that I bought off of Amazon that has a Waza greenback in it, because I had two Waza greenbacks from a cabinet that went with a Katana artist that I had the head and cabinet for. But now I only have the Super Crush 100 and a 212 cabinet that has a vintage 30 and the Waza greenback, and I have one other cabinet that has a 112, so if I want something smaller to bring with me, I have the 112 cabinet with the Waza greenback in it. That's what I got, and I've also got my pedal board set up. I recently did a video, I might throw a clip from that video, about my pedal board where I went through everything, and so I can get a shot of the pedal board from that. And that's my pedal board. It hasn't changed. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pedals on it and a switcher. And that is all the pedals that I currently own. I don't own any other pedals than that. So yeah, that is that. But so other than that, the only other guitar that I have, which is hanging on the wall right now, and is my guitar from high school, was my 12-string Ovation, which is kind of unplayable at this point, but I almost just keep it around as a decoration more than anything else. I kind of turned it into a 6-string, but the bridge is rising quite a bit, and it's not the most comfortable thing to play anymore. But yeah, that's what I got. That is my gear. That's everything that I currently still own. So if you're watching my videos and you see, you know, other stuff like the Flying V, the Gretsch, the Roland JC40, I mean, there's stuff in those videos that I would love to get back, but in all honesty, I don't really need it. I'm happy with what I have. It serves my purposes. All the gear that I have does what I need it to do. I have all the guitars I really need, even though I would like more guitars. I have all the guitars I need, and I don't need another amp. Although I might want to get another head at some point in time to have just a little bit of a different variety. But in all actuality, I'd probably just get another orange head, because I've really become sort of an orange convert, you know. I'm really kind of seeing that that's kind of the where I want to be. I wouldn't mind having another Princeton. I don't have the Princeton anymore, the Tone Master. But I would want a legit tube Princeton, and that would be like my one Fender amp that I would just keep, you know, take care of. But that's it. Hi, my name is Jay Byrne. I am the creator of the EFX Loop and the SFX Loop. It's come to my attention after looking at my YouTube analytics that the majority of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. If you have something to say, leave a comment in the comment section below. Maybe click the notification bell, so that way if I make a new video, you'll be notified and you can check it out if it's something that you're interested in. If you like this stuff, like, subscribe, and comment. And I thank you for watching and supporting the EFX Loop and the SFX Loop.